What's up, everybody? It's about 10:30. I just got back from watching The Sound of Music live at a friend's house because I don't have cable, and so this is my reaction to it. I really enjoyed this. First of all, let me say this. Many of you know Sound of Music is very near and dear to my heart. And I grew up on it. It was the movie that I watched 400 times as a toddler. And so, of course, I'm very protective of this musical. We did it in college, and I had the great opportunity to assistant direct that production. And I really liked it. There were a lot of things that I loved about this musical, and like a handful of things that I was not a fan of. Which, let's go ahead and get those out of the way, because why should we focus on the negative when the life should be positive? We should be positive. We should be positive. I wasn't a huge fan of Carrie Underwood's acting, and I know other people are going to ream her for that, so I'm not going to hardly even go there. I loved her voice. I thought she was fantastic. I thought she did some really great things with the character of Maria, and I'm just not a huge fan of her as an actress. I'm not going to lie. I did like, however, that she didn't use a dialect. I think some people are really going to probably be very frustrated with that, that, you know, all the other adults seem to pretty much have dialects, and she didn't. And yes, I mean, she could have had a dialect, but if she tried to affect any sort of accent, there would be people who were saying she was trying to be too much like Julie Andrews. So it was a no-win for her, in my opinion. And I liked it because it brought out the class situation in this story. I think a lot of times we forget that Maria was a servant. She was basically a servant. And for Captain Von Trapp to turn down a baroness for one of his servants was a big deal. And so that hit me as I was watching it. I thought, oh, yeah, she really is a servant in his house. And so there was that. I also wasn't a huge fan of Edelweiss. I don't know if it was the actor's singing voice, and I don't know, I haven't seen him in anything else, so I don't know who he is or where he's from. But Edelweiss, it feels like a song where there's a lot going on. It really is a place for some great potential for tension, and I feel like they tried to bring that out. They almost got there, and it didn't quite ever get as tense as I was hoping for it to get, so it was a moment that fell flat for me. The other thing, what was the other thing? There was one more thing that I wasn't a huge fan of. Oh, the dialogue. The dialogue seemed very rushed to me. There were a lot of places where they were just talking very fast, and I don't know if it was timing or pacing or what, if they, you know, were just trying to keep it down to 4 hours on television. But I felt like they really rushed through some of the dialogue, and so I didn't appreciate that. However, there were a lot of things I loved. The sets and the costumes were gorgeous. The things that they did with sets, they did a very good job of only having a few sets and really using them to their advantage and keeping them interesting throughout the whole thing. I really didn't. There was only like a moment or two where I felt like, I've already seen this set for half an hour. Give me something new. And I really liked the ingenious way they moved through the sets. I didn't expect that at all. And so I thought that was very, very interesting and a really great use of space and staging that you don't get on the stage. You can't move from one set to another like that. So I thought that was very interesting. Can we talk about Climb Every Mountain for a minute? Because it was so good. Those of you that are haters can just back off, okay? I cried. I had tears. I don't know if you saw, Audrey McDonald had tears in her eyes. She almost cried. And Carrie Underwood did cry. So that was a very, very moving moment. I was really glad there was a commercial break. I think I tweeted that afterwards because I just needed time to process all of those feels. It was just so good. So good. And I knew that I like Audrey McDonald and the things that I've seen her in, and so I'm pretty sure that's her name. If that's not her name, I apologize. But anyways, I thought they did a great job. The kids were fantastic. Some of their facial expressions were just stole moments in the show tonight. It was that good. It was, dang, it was good. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I think everybody did a fantastic job. To take on as huge and iconic a project as that is so much pressure, and you know Carrie Underwood was getting and is going to get so much flack for the things that she did or didn't do, and you know what? She had the guts to do it, and to stick with it, even after people heard that this was what she was going to do and said, no, she shouldn't do that. She still stayed on with the project, and I applaud her for that, really. It took a lot of guts. It takes a lot of guts to take on an iconic role like Maria. And, a lot of the things that I had trouble with were moments that I would have done differently, and there's always stuff that you would have done differently. I would have played this scene different, and, having grown up with the film and helped with a production myself, obviously I have an eye for that kind of thing, and so there were definitely things that I would do differently, but I thought it was a great production overall. I applaud. It was NBC, right? I am saying it was NBC, and everyone involved. It was fantastic. I will be getting the album, if not for Christmas, then I will be picking it up myself and getting it on DVD when it comes out. You know it's going to come out on DVD. It is going to come out. You know it is. I thought it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, a huge thank you to Josh and Shannon who let me crash the house in order to watch this. Really, really, come on. I love these people. These people are my friends, but I kind of used them tonight, so thank you, Josh and Shannon. I feel like I owe them something. I'll think about it. Anyways, I hope you all are having a great day. If you didn't see it, you missed out, and I'm sorry. And watch it when it comes out on DVD, and know what you missed live. And I'll see you all when I see you all. Okay, bye. Floor. Oh, stop. Also, I forgot. I was really glad that they followed the stage version of the show. I think there was places like including No Way to Stop It and How Can Love Survive that really anchor the story in sort of the trauma and all of that of the period. And with that, I was a little sad that they didn't include I Have Confidence, because I just feel like there's a lot of potential for a really interesting transformation of Maria in that number. But I missed it for like 2 seconds, and then it was over and I moved on. And I probably would have tweeted more if I wasn't glued to the screen. It was that good. So, haters back off. Okay, I think that's everything I have to say. If not, there will be more to this video.